to be 40 minus 40, making the lines.
Yeah, bigger.
Yeah.
Then
All right.
40 will be into OCI.
Danny was about he says he wants to get home first. He's driving, so we are waiting for the others. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's wait. If we get 3 or 4 people, I think we can start. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Jude, I can see. Joe, I can see you. Nana Kwame too is here. The big boss. That's good. That's good. I don't know. We have 3 people. Can we start? Can start doing something small. So you are all welcome to this special session. It's one of its kind. It almost didn't come on, but we are happy that we did it. I'm happy to welcome you all. We want to discuss the chances of our various clubs in the upcoming season. You have Liverpool fan here, so and then I think a Chelsea fan will join us very soon. He's driving, and the place is crowded by United fans.
Because we are biased, because we are biased, you brought your United fans. But we will defeat you all.
Oh, I'm not
We'll
biased.
defeat you. Because we are biased. Don't worry, we'll defeat you all. Don't worry.
So I invited 3 Liverpool fans. You are the only one who is here. So let's wait for the rest to come.
Okay. All right.
Let's wait for the rest to come. I'm waiting for the Arsenal guys. One AC Milan fan. I think the Madrid guys too. I think I'm expecting 2 guys. And then the Barca fans, I'm not sure they can make it. So probably someone will have to say something for Barcelona. Maybe I'll do that. But I think we can start, and we are waiting for a new season to start. The Premier League starts tomorrow. City will play Burnley. I think 7 p.m. I think La Liga starts on Saturday. I think also there is a game in the League One tomorrow, Friday evening. But PSG plays on Saturday with their saga with Mbappe and everything going on. I think we can start with La Liga. The League One, because I don't think that there is any League One fan here. So I think everyone can just say something small about our expectations for League One. PSG, are they going to win the league, or are we going to see Olympic Lyon? They've signed some good players in there. Monaco did well last season, but they've sold the Sarsi, who was crucial. So I don't know. They've brought in Mohamed Salisu, I think. Salisu is gone to Monaco, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Salisu is there. I am not privy to any other signings that they have made so far. But I think that Olympic Marseille have also signed some players in there, but I'm not sure if it can push them to the top 4 in League One. So for me, I think that PSG will win the league again, irrespective of the fact that they are losing Kylian Mbappe. If he does go to Real Madrid, there are rumors that Real Madrid are preparing videos of Mbappe to announce him, assuming that he signs for them. I don't know if the offer they are going to make to PSG will be enough to convince PSG to release Mbappe. Mbappe has explicitly told the PSG board that he is not anywhere. He wants to stay, take his loyalty bonus and leave for free to Real Madrid next year. But there are rumors that Real Madrid don't want to wait for Mbappe to come next year. They want him now. I'm waiting for the Madrid fans to come and explain to me how they intend to win the La Liga without a striker. So still at the League One, I think the PSG will still win the league. They've signed Goncalo Ramos from Benfica. They've signed Ousmane Dembele from Barca. And they are trying to bring in Randan Kolomwani from Frankfurt. So I think if you look at the front three, if you have Kolomwani, you have Goncalo Ramos, and you have Ousmane Dembele at the right wing, I think it's a powerful, strong three that can actually win you the League One. As to whether they can win the Champions League is another matter altogether. Now, mind you, they've informed Neymar and Marco Verratti that they are surplus to requirements, and that information is believed to have come from the Qatar owners. It's not a decision by Luis Enrique or Luis Ocampos, who is the sporting director. So, irrespective of the fact that they will not have Neymar, Mbappe, and Marco Verratti in the team, I still think that PSG are very strong enough to win the League One. Going forward, I don't see any other club in League One challenging PSG. Maybe Olympique Lyon might push them. I think Reims did very well last season, but I don't know if they can push through this time. So that is big. I think League One is done and dusted for me. Gilbert Hansen, you are welcome on board. It's nice to see your face. It's nice to see your face. So
Thank you very much.
So for me, League One is done and dusted. PSG are going to take it. I don't know what your take is. Let me start with Jude. Jeho, do you have something to say about the League One before we move on?
Oh, the League One is done and dusted for PSG because they've even boosted with their midfield. Ugarte is a very solid GM who is going to really help them. But that was one of their major problems. And then after the attack is normal. It's a very solid attack with Dembele who can dribble through in defense. Goncalo Ramos is a very solid striker. And then right, if they get Kolomwani, they can even, if they don't get Kolomwani, they can even use Coutinho or somebody to be. So for PSG, it's done and dusted. I don't see Leo, I don't see Monaco. No one can challenge them because they solved some of their problems, which was the GM problem. Right now, they have Ugarte, who proved very well last year. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting comments there. Enoch Bampo, what about you? Any comments from the League One before we move on? Can you hear me? Okay, let's move to the next person. I think he has muted his. Okay, so Nana Kwame, if you can hear me, say something small about the League One and let's move on.
For my no comment actually, because I'm not so much. Hello?
Yeah,
I'm unmuted. Yeah.
Okay. I think I can hear you now.
Yeah, so what I was saying is I'm not so much of a fan of the League One, but from the look of things, they have some quite few signings, even though there has been this whole saga about Mbappe, Neymar, rumors about Neymar leaving and all, but It's a league that is not so competitive, I think, and it's still done and dusted for PSG.
Okay, all right, okay. So two going for PSG. Nana Kwame, let me hear from you.
League One. Look,
League
we
One,
can brace ourselves for some. Yeah, we can brace ourselves for some surprises. I mean, it happened, I think, 2015, 2016, Leicester City in the Premier League. Okay, so I wouldn't just, even if I'm placing the bets, I wouldn't just go outright today for PSG. And with the PSG saga, I think there's a huge internal crisis. Look, when Messi went to South Africa with the exit of Lionel Messi, of course, the greatest player in this generation. I don't care what Man U fans think, but with with the exit of Lionel Messi, and even prior to his exit, look at all this controversy that he went to Saudi Arabia without permission. Well, for Messi being one of the most humble players that the world has ever seen, he did apologize. Of course, Ronaldo would never have done that. Mbappe would never have done that. Mbappe arrogantly even came, I think, on Instagram with some advertisements whereby his image was used. That this is not Kylian's PSG. That was very rude. I'm not really astonished about the the internal happenings or wranglings in PSG. I think, look, Mbappe, to me, I always say he's a small boy. He should just be humble. Look, even he claims his idol is Ronaldo. Even Ronaldo respects Messi. And look at Messi's contacts in PSG. I think Mbappe should be humble. He's a young player. He's doing well. He announced his presence in 2018 World Cup in Russia. Since then, he has been performing well. He's making a name for himself. But look, we saw players. I mean, growing up, I saw a player like Ronaldinho. I think certain things Ronaldo could have been one of the most fantastic players that the world ever encountered. But due to certain traits, he couldn't get that far. I think Mbappe, with all his talent, should just humble himself. I think he needs good counsel so that he could go far. Because look, why would you want to get into this with PSG? Last time I saw that PSG was actually pulling out his images even in their stadium. Yeah. It seems PSG have made up their mind. They don't want to have anything to do with him this coming season. PSG don't want him to go for free. They want to ensure that they take something from him. And Mbappe is also determined. And I think they might just not use him for this season if he proves stubborn. If he wants to be obstinate, they're just going to put him on the bench or whatever. They don't care. But perhaps he being a French boy, maybe the French AFA might try to intervene, because of course he's a French boy, So that is what might save him. Outside of that, look, had it been somebody from Africa, like let's say Sadio Mane, man, come on, would have been in huge trouble. But I fine. PSG perhaps are the favorites to win League One, but I wouldn't stick out my money out for them. I think perhaps prior to the Qatarians, pushing huge money into PSG, Olympic Lyon were always the favorites.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so I perhaps think that maybe Monaco or maybe Lyon perhaps might put a surprise. And as I said, mainly because of the happening in PSG, the exit of Lionel Messi, the great, the wranglings with Mbappe, and also with Neymar also announcing that he also wants to exit PSG. I think it is getting too much in PSG, and that might not, help them enough to win the league. So that's my take on the League One.
All right. So your comment has raised two hands. So I'll go with Enoch first. Gilbert, I'll come to you very soon. Enoch, you want to give a rebuttal to what Nanakwame said?
Before that, before they come in, they must announce the team they support, so that I will understand why they're making certain remarks. Yes.
But you didn't announce yours.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Okay,
yes, so and you're a Man U fan, right? So I guess so whatever comments you make, I will understand. Yeah, so I will understand where you are coming from. So that's fine.
Liverpool fans love Ronaldo. Liverpool fans just love Ronaldo.
I know you already know where my tangent is going to draw on. So clearly, the premise you just came up with was too much of kind of a Messi fan who wants to see PSG fall because Messi left.
Not at all.
Yes,
not at all. I give reasons why
that's clearly
I think PSG might not win the league, and it wasn't about Messi alone. It was about Mbappe and Neymar.
Yeah.
So it's two.
Okay, so you let me
Okay.
land. I'm still in the air. So yes, I know with the current happenings, League One was never a competitive league. So in my opinion, still PSG will still make the points, and Mbappe hasn't been what's the name, stubborn. It's just contract basis. He hasn't said anything bad. Clearly, from my opinion, PSG or the management of PSG allowed this. They actually brought Mbappe to this point, and yes, they deserve what they are having at the moment. But if you are to talk of them drawing out, like pulling down his images and in pictures and all, they recently also tried to convince him back, which I think was a low blow for them, because if you say you don't want what's the name? You don't want him again, and you are pulling down his images. Why do you sneak back trying to have a 1-year deal for him?
You see, I made mention that he's a French star. Look, this is the captain of the French national team. The French FA will attempt to intervene. Mind you, PSG is a French club. So no matter the happenings that will occur, being French captain and the favorites of Didier Deschamps, French coach, they will attempt to intervene to say, listen, this is our star player, this is our captain. You just can't humiliate him. You just can't bench him. So there are certain elements in the PSG team who will obviously advocate for Mbappe. But as I said, look, I didn't think it was Sadio Mane. I didn't think they would have. But no, come on, that guy would have been gone within a moment. I mean, by let's face it, he's a French boy. He's their star player, French captain in a French club. Come on, obviously they will attempt to say, hey, let's salvage them.
Okay, all right. Gilbert, I think. Are you still speaking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Just to rebut Nana Kwame's point about Messi. It is known fact that Messi.
Gilbert, hold on. Are you a Man U fan, please? You state your club.
Of course, I'm a Man United fan. I mean, it is not about. I'm a Man United fan, but I love Messi.
That's fine.
I love Messi to the max. I'm a Man United fan, but I love Messi. But unfortunately, last season, Messi did not have any positive impact on PSG. We all know that. Okay, his statistics in PSG and in the French league are there for all of us to see.
Well, he won awards at the end of the season. He won an award in the French league.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if you you can have one or two.
No, so
you can have one or two of the awards. It doesn't mean you had.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
No. If you say he didn't, his stats. The stats prove that Messi won awards.
The player who had a positive impact on PSG was Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, that's false. And assist from
it's Kylian Mbappe. The statistics are there for all of us to see.
Yeah, it's Kylian Mbappe. I think Pius, you should be a good judge here. Pull out the stats for us.
No, pull out the statistics. We all know who had the most positive impact.
Let me check the stats.
And it was not Messi.
Okay, but before I check the stats, I want to acknowledge Joseph Achi is here with us. A Liverpool fan is here with us. So Nana Kwame, you are not alone. You are not crowded.
No, you see, I don't fear. You can bring all the Man fans.
You know, it's
good evening, guys.
Liverpool fan, because Liverpool fans, maximum, majority of them love Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's so false. That's so false.
Not this guy, not Achi.
Majority of Liverpool fans love Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's so false. Liverpool fans have nothing to do with Cristiano Ronaldo.
You gave the guy a standing ovation when he was playing Real Madrid, and he scored you. He scored against you. You gave him a standing ovation. So that's why
I don't recall that. I don't recall that. But you know, Ronaldo was given a standing ovation at the Bernabeu. You know that. So these things are common.
Ronaldo. So it's not about Ronaldo and Messi.
No, it's not about them at all. It's not about them at all. No,
all right, guys.
But we're talking about PSG, and Lionel Messi is part of PSG. So that's what brought this issue about. But in summary, okay, Pius. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want
just good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't want this to
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Joseph,
guys?
I can hear you. Yeah, say something. Yeah, you are welcome.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say good evening, and it's a pleasure being here.
All right.
Is it Nana Kwame I know from Facebook?
We were actually discussing League One and how you foresee the season going, and we were talking about PSG in perspective. Two guys have already said that PSG are likely to win the league again. But I mean, Nana Kwame was saying that because of the Mbappe issue, he foresees that it might affect PSG's chances of winning the League One. So, and that is where we were before the Messi Ronaldo debate, kind of got in, and then a whole lot of talking points. But I mean, you can continue from there.
Okay. I think maybe it's another Liverpool fan, but it looks biased. Yourself, Gilbert also.
All right.
I don't know about my brother in blue shit. Anyway, it's a bit bad, but League One is just like Bundesliga. From before the first match, everybody knows with Bayern Munich already winners. So PSG, my favorites.
Okay. I think Fred's. Can anyone hear me? Uh-oh. Can any
team unity? There isn't much team unity, among the squad. So they need to be careful, from that point of view.
And to add on to what Gilbert said, I think PSG woes stems from the powers that was given to Mbappe. Look, this was a lad. You give him such sweeping powers. What do you expect? And especially when you have seniors in the team, like the great player Lionel Messi, of course the greatest of this generation, and also that's Neymar present. You don't look somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo. There's no way he could have been in PSG with the attitude of Mbappe. It would never have succeeded. You understand? So I think PSG wolves, they created the wolves themselves. And look at this boy coming on Instagram to just write on Instagram that he's not pleased with some advice. I mean, how dare you, a player? But you see, because of the powers that was given to him, that's what I'm saying. That look, they made it so. Look, PSG would have still been fantastic. They could win Champions League and all of that had they not given these powers to this boy. Okay, because of course there was senior players present, and even let's take Sergio Ramos. Okay, how many Champions League that has he won? Let's take Lionel Messi. Let's take Neymar. These are senior players that they should have allowed them to have those powers over the team. Not this small boy. You gave this small boy these powers, and eventually it cost you. If you couldn't win Champions League, even the League One, you struggle. Had it not been for the fantastic, phenomenal, excellence performance of Lionel Messi, they wouldn't even have won the League One. So you see, PSG themselves have caused this because of the powers that they give to Mbappe. So I think that would be my take on League One.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I think my network was giving me problems for a while, but it's good to be back. So, Fredachi, you are done with your submissions, right? I think we've spent enough time on League One. I think we should move to La Liga. Or has anyone anything? Gilbert, you want to say something?
Oh, yeah. I think what my brother is saying is true. I actually, concur with what he's saying, because you cannot give such a young lad all those powers, okay? And then you have a substantive manager who is not able to manage the egos of such a lad. The reason being that his contract is even way bigger than this particular manager. And the situation of even managing egos, okay, comes in when a club like PSG gives so much powers to, 2 or 3 players.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect the manager to do? The manager shows a certain system in the dressing room. He tells them to play in a certain way. And then because 1 or 2 players feel very big in the squad, they sometimes twist the formation or system of the coach. And then, to the detriment of the whole team, because the team is supposed to play in a certain way. And because 1 or 2 players feel uncomfortable playing in such a manner that the coach had directed, it affects the play of the whole squad. And then what happens? The team ends up losing because of 1 or 2 characters who have huge egos that cannot be managed. So this is worrying. This is worrying for PSG, and PSG need to be very careful. They need to make Mbappe leave. They just need to make him leave. Okay, even if it's for just 100 or 95 million, pounds, they just need to let him leave.
Well, for me, I think that the situation has gotten very bitter between the two camps. Mbappe, for me, I think that he has really dug his heel in. He has decided that he's not going to leave. He's going to call PSG's bluff that they are threatening not to play him a whole season. I don't think it's going to be possible to do that because I'm sure that the French FA will come in. Probably, I think Professional Players Association or something came out the other time to caution PSG not to threaten Mbappe or something like that. Because as far as he's concerned, he's only carrying out the details of a contract they signed last year. So he has the liberty to say, I will not renew my contract. I'll play and take my loyalty bonus and leave. It's in the contract. So at the end of the day, we can say all that we want, but at the end of the day, he's just doing what PSG agreed to. I think they didn't anticipate that he would say he will not renew his contract, which is baffling to me because why would you put something in a contract and then be surprised that somebody is acting on the contract as it demanded? So for me, let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting, but I'm hoping that Real Madrid, the rumors I'm hearing is that Real Madrid are planning to send a bid for him, but right now it's just rumors. So let's see what happens. Now, La Liga. Barca are looking strong to me because they have Lewandowski still, who won the Pichichi last season. They've lost Dembele, but I think that this new lad, Lamine Yamal, I was watching highlights of their preseason game against Tottenham. The guy is good. Not that he's going to start, but I mean, if you have what do you call it, Rafinha and Ansu Fati in there, Ferran Torres can help. I think that Neymar might also be coming to Barca. There's still an internal debate as to whether Neymar should come or not. I mean, the president wants Neymar to come to help with the marketing side of the team because of the fact that they are losing a lot of money. They need money. But Xavi doesn't want Neymar to come. But I'm sure eventually Neymar will go to Barca. If you look at Real Madrid, they are looking good, but I'm not confident about the fact that they are going into a season without a striker. Joselu was signed to be that striker, but he will not start. If you look at the lineups that they've been playing in preseason, they are playing 2 up front, Rodrigo and Vinicius, with Bellingham behind them. And then they are playing the 4 midfield diamond. So you have Tchouaméni in that defensive midfield role. Then either you play Valverde and maybe Toni Kroos, or Valverde or Camavinga, or Valverde, Luka Modric. And then Bellingham is a constant as the arrowhead in the diamond formation in midfield. And then you have Vinicius and Rodrigo. So it's a 4-1-2-1-2 or something like that. So clearly they are not planning to start the season with a striker. If that happens, it means that for the first time in, I think, over 10 years, Real Madrid are going into a season without a number 9. So I think it will affect them, to me, because a lot of Vinicius is not really prolific. Okay, he doesn't score a lot of goals, and Rodrigo the same. So I don't know. What are your takes on La Liga? I'll start with you, Gilbert. Since you are on, let me just take your take, and then we'll move on. Who wins the La Liga, and who are the favorites for the La Liga? Maybe top four. You can add top four to the discussion.
Yeah, I think I'll start with the top four. I will always tip Real Madrid and Barcelona to make the top four, and also Atletico Madrid. Okay, and maybe Sevilla as well. This particular team, Villarreal, they played a good game. They played a very good season last season. I don't know what happened getting to the end of the season, that it looked like they struggled a little bit. But if I should, choose teams that can make the top four, it will be Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Sevilla this time. I'm sure they will make it, because Sevilla struggled a little bit, last season before they won the Europa League, I think for the 8th time. Real Madrid is playing without a striker, like you said, in about 10 years. And if Real Madrid plays without a striker, it affects the way they play. Ancelotti most likely will not like to play without a striker. I've not seen Ancelotti play any kind of system or football formation without a striker. He always has a target man closer to the box or in the box. This guy, Rodrigo seems a good striker, but he does not have the physical strength and physique to be a top number 9, if you ask me. He has the skill, he has the footwork, he has the technique, but the strength to be able to trap balls, most of the time on the chest, be able to hold defenders and wait for the other attackers, especially on the wings, and then go and connect with either the feet or the head. That technique is mostly for strikers like, what was the name? Benzema, Drogba, the Ruud van Nistelrooys, the Robbie Fowlers, those kind of number 9s, or the Ronaldos. Okay, both Brazil and the Portugal Ronaldo. Those guys have the strength, they have the effrontery and the temerity to say, pass me the ball. Or just recently, this prolific striker called Erling Haaland. In fact, if they are playing without a target man, I kind of want to imagine how the performance of the two wingers will be, especially the left winger, Vinicius Jr. If he's able to cut in and must supply balls or give assists, to who is he going to give the assist to? And this might probably also reduce the number of goals that Real Madrid will be, scoring this particular season. It will worry them a lot. With Barcelona, I don't have a problem if Barcelona doesn't even play with a number 9 or a striker. The reason being that they are always playing in a triangular shape. Okay, you always get 3 players, passing the ball among them, okay, whilst they move forward. They do the same thing on the wings. They do the same thing at the center of the field. They do the same thing, from behind. So to get Lewandowski as a main target man, okay, it's giving them a plus, if you ask me. Aside having a main striker in the Real Madrid setup, so far, if you ask me, Real Madrid have one of the best midfields in the world, and they can easily qualify into the Champions League final again.
Benefit from the fair tax assets. is in the form of future tax refund or reduction in future tax payments.
Okay, guys, I'm having some technical issues. Sorry.
Something you should know about different taxation, especially level first students, open supporting students. Take note of.
So yeah, I think we are waiting for the others to join. I just prompted some of them. So yeah.
Very sorry, guys. My internet went off.
Yeah,
It
Same
wasn't.
here. Mine just went
It
off. I
wasn't
don't
from
know.
your side. Yeah.
Okay.
I deal with it. Anyway, I think
Pius, are you recording?
yeah, I'm recording. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I think the 40 minutes that Zoom usually takes to, if you are not on Zoom Pro, it goes up. So I think that was what happened. Okay, so Gilbert, you can continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, Madrid still needs a striker. Yes, it's very important to their setup, and I can't see a team winning a lot of games without a main target man, because last season, even with Benzema, he struggled a bit to win games that were very easy.
Yeah.
They played certain small teams. These small teams came from behind to win the game when Madrid was leading, in the first half.
Yeah.
And, it's not cool to see Real Madrid playing football that way. They need to, be assertive in every game, take the bull by the horn and take the game to their opponents, like we always see. So it will be interesting to see whether they will sign a striker before the window ends. Okay, before the window closes, or they might have to go into probably the first half of the season without a striker, and let's see, how the results will turn out.
Okay.
For Barcelona, I still tip Barcelona to, win the league again this season.
Okay.
Honestly, because, like I said, the Barcelona we knew under Pep Guardiola and Tite, okay, it's gradually coming back under the management of Xavi. He is the only ex-player at the moment who can play that style. And if discipline is still kept in the camp and in the squad, and you still have these young players gradually gelling, okay, gradually understanding the philosophy of the manager and the way Barcelona plays, I'm sure they might even swap, 2 or 3 trophies this season and beyond, because they started playing their tiki-taka again. And sometimes the surprising thing is they are able to easily switch from the tiki-taka to a direct kind of football. And that baffles me a lot, the way they are able to do it. I don't know how Xavi managed to do that with these crop of players. Okay, because it is not easy for Barcelona to play direct football. It is not actually in their DNA. That is why they struggled to win the game in Nou Camp when they faced Manchester United. Okay, because Manchester United had switched their direct counter-attacking football to a more possessive type. And then anytime Man United is scoring, they are using the counter-attack to score goals. And it caught Barcelona by surprise. But Barca was able to respond very well in that particular Europa League game last season. So yeah, this is my take on the La Liga at the moment.
All right,
Thank you.
All right. So I'll go to Enoch. Your take on La Liga, your favorites, the top four, and what you think will happen at the end of the season. Prince, you are welcome. Prince, I can see you are here. George, you are also welcome to the session. I'm glad to have you guys here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
You want my take on La Liga, right?
La Liga, yeah. The favorites, your favorites to win the top four.
Okay, so the top four will stem from like not in the order of the top four, but I know Madrid will be there. I know Barcelona will be there. Atletico for sure, and the other, I think the fourth team will be played, or there will be a banter within for this team that worries Man U a lot in Europa.
Sevilla.
Yes. So Sevilla, I tip Sevilla, Villarreal, and I think any of the stubborn ones who are always in the Europa to cause a mess. So yeah, I think with the fourth place, if I should put it that way, or the fourth team, which I'm not sure, will be a banter between these teams. But to talk of Madrid, yes, we all know the issues they are having at the moment, but the transfer season, the transfer period is still not over, so we can't just say yes, they are going into the season this way, unless we are the last hour of the transfer season. So with that, I'll still leave it till the last day or the last hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you are tipping. You are not coming out for anyone to win the La Liga just yet.
I think that would be too early for me now, especially when Barcelona won it last season. I don't want to say they will do a brace for the La Liga trophy, but I think there will be a competition. But I don't want to stick my neck out and say Barcelona is going for the ultimate. Pius, maybe you can mute is it iPhone 11?
Yeah, guy, check your speaker. I think who is that?
I think you can mute Pius, you can mute the person since you are the organizer.
Yeah, I'm trying to let me see.
Because there is a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Great. So maybe Binding, or?
Yeah, I think Binding, yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me hear from you, Jude. Your take on La Liga, your favorite
La Liga,
and then your top four favorites for top four.
So La Liga, my take is always Barcelona. Barcelona is going to win it, and then their only competition is Madrid, and then Madrid already they don't have a striker, as everybody has said. They lack a prolific striker, and today at their training session, they had an injury. Thibaut Courtois is out.
Yeah.
For April means a typical part of Madrid setup. Their defense is not that strong, and Thibaut Courtois saves most of their balls. Apart from that, they lack somebody who's going to give them goals and all. And they've lost their creativity in the sense that Modric and Cruz are also aging. So it's going to be difficult. I even think they'll be prepared because at the back end of last season, we saw how Atletico Madrid picked up. They were really solid. They were scoring lots of goals. Atletico Madrid might even be second and Madrid will be third if they don't solve their goalkeeping problems. And I've seen Mario Legend here in the mix. But I think Barcelona will win it because of last season, how they're already dominant over Madrid, and then they have youngsters who are being able to help. And then right now they've made some good signings as well over the midfield. Gundogan, who could be a class player as he always is, and Ter Stegen. Just in their clean sheet, the clean sheet really helped them. Barca defense is on point. It's just the attack, and the attack will set out because Rafinha is going to get more playing time. And then right now they've gelled because they played a full season together. So the fluidity will start flowing. But as for Madrid, already they have Mbappe saga. They don't know who to sign already. They don't have a striker as well, and then their goalkeeping errors. They don't even have a keeper, and then the Lunin guy is not reliable. So if they sign a keeper, they might turn out second. But my top four picks are Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Sevilla. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's very concise. Thank you very much. Really straight to the point. I think you made some very good points there. The fact that they don't have a striker, and like I said, Vinicius and Rodrigo are not prolific. The fact that they just had Thiago Courtois. I think Courtois is out. ACL. He'll be back next year in April. So I think much of the season. So he's done for the season. I just got news that they are negotiating a deal for another goalkeeper. They are talking to De Gea with Kepa as an alternative. So, I mean, if you look at how things are going for Madrid, I agree with you. I think Atletico Madrid might actually even do well than them in the La Liga. I don't know about the Champions League. They're always different when it comes to the Champions League. So let's see. Fred, actually, come in and let me know your take on La Liga, your favorite to win La Liga, and then the top four, your top four.
Okay. I would say La Liga, as you know, I'm not a big fan of La Liga, but then I always have a soft spot for Barca. I really wanted to win last season because Madrid had dominated the league for a long time, and then they did just that. But last season, I think Madrid had a couple of issues. And then looking at the file, as you've already said, no striker, no keeper. But I'm happy. I was always, I really like De Gea. Yeah. I was just wondering where he was going. So I'm very happy he left Manchester United because the guy had been saving you guys for quite a long time. I'll be happy he goes to Real Madrid. So I think it will just be a straight swap. Thibaut Courtois for David De Gea. It will just fit in perfectly. The goalkeeper, you don't need any formation. You just need to be in the post and then just perform. But then I tip, as my brother said, Atletico Madrid, the very end of last season, I like their coach a lot. They were really strong, and I'm just hoping they can pick up from there, and just praying they can just make a surprise and then just win the league, because I don't like being a two-horse race all the time, like what is happening in other leagues, PSG, Bayern Munich, and then Man City, what they are doing is not good. So I always like a fourth estate, just for somebody from, or some club from that nobody expects to just come and take. So, but the top four, as you've all said, it's Madrid, Barca, Atletico Madrid, and then probably Sevilla. Sevilla will come and then just drop to Europa where they feel comfortable. So I don't want to. I just hope. I don't want to just stick my neck out for him. I just hope Atletico Madrid can just pull a surprise and then restore some parity, because it's just been a two-horse race for a long time. So I'm just hoping. It's just a hope, not a tactical analysis, but I'm just hoping they can at least just win and then just change. But I don't know. Barca looks strong. Looks strong because if Madrid can get Mbappe, it means at least their striking issue is resolved. I know they have. I watched one of their pre-seasons and they have some very good strikers who I think from the academy, but I don't know how the coach will give them that opportunity to come and just fit into a very competitive league like that. I don't know their name, but I think they were really good. So top four: Barca, Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and probably Sevilla. That's what I would say on La Liga. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, thanks. So Baini, you just got home. You just alerted me you are home now, so I think you can join. We've talked about League One whilst you were off. We are now on the La Liga. We want to know your take on who is going to win the La Liga and your top four favorites. If you can hear me, Baini. Baini, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. So your top four for La Liga and the favorite to win.
Okay, so I think when it comes to La Liga, before even they will start, Barcelona always has their psychological advantage or mental capacity, because sometimes it marvels me the squad depth of Real Madrid and they still make Barcelona still pick them to the trophy. So looking at last season, that Barcelona comfortably won it, and then I think they've not lost any big player. Though Madrid are still struggling to put things together and then get a striker. So not wasting much time. I think even though I support Real Madrid, but Barcelona are the favorites for the La Liga.
Okay.
And then probably Madrid will come second, Atletico Madrid maybe third, and then Sevilla. Atletico, I'm not so impressed. They are so on and off. There are times that you think this is the time for them, and then they end up just pushing the title away.
Okay.
So not taking so much time. I think it will be in that order. I will wish Madrid gets Mbappe, and then yes, if you're able to get Mbappe, something good can come out of it. But for now, as it stands, and they are making Bellingham play at number 9.
Okay. Gilbert, I see your hand up. You want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to buttress the point on Atletico Madrid. I think it's high time Atletico Madrid frees up their midfield a bit. Okay, they play with too many defensive midfielders. The team is too defensive, if you ask me, and it's all because of the philosophy of the coach.
Yeah.
If Atletico Madrid should free up their midfield a bit and be more be taking more risk going forward, okay, I think they are going to win a lot of La Liga titles, because already they have a winning mentality. The whole squad. If you take the first team and even the second team, okay, they have a winning mentality. They don't give up. Atletico Madrid never gives up in football games, okay, until the last whistle. Okay, so I wonder why they need to struggle a lot before winning a title, be it the La Liga or they have this other cup. I've forgotten the name.
Copa del Rey.
The Copa del Rey. I wonder why they need to struggle to be winning titles every season. Okay, they should be one of those teams that if they are not winning the La Liga that particular season, then they should be winning the Copa del Rey or the King's Cup. They should be able to, win these trophies. But it's just because of the stubborn nature of their tactics. They are very defensive centered, and if you check the way they play in their midfield, they are so tight. They like passing the ball so much within the midfield, and they lack, they have very less attacking options when they want to go forward. They will most of the time put a striker in between about 3 or 4 defenders, and they expect the striker to hold the ball and then, hold the ball and then draw free kicks and fouls. They most of the time score goals with set pieces. Okay, and in the modern football, you can't be winning a lot of games doing that old-fashioned using that old-fashioned technique. It's past and gone. You should allow your players to take more risk. You should allow them to make petty errors and then correct them by themselves. Okay, you should allow them to express themselves more on the field. And I will give an example of, I can't think of any other team but Manchester United. The coach last season, if you remember, Pius, you and I were debating on our WhatsApp group that the coach is making certain, errors. You understand? We admitted he's making certain, but I also saw that he was giving chances to the players to express themselves. Okay, and sometimes it paid off in some of the games, okay, that we won, especially in the Carabao Cup, that we ended up winning the trophy. There were a lot of mistakes in that particular competition, but we ended up winning, the trophy. That's one of the competitions that Garnacho expressed himself so much. Okay, though he made a lot of mistakes, but we discovered one boy called Garnacho, and we saw that, okay, this guy is making some errors, but he can still improve on his game. And I think the same thing should go to Atletico Madrid, because they are a solid side. They're a very good team. They are a team that should even be winning, that should have even won the Champions League by now.
All right, Gilbert,
Okay.
thanks. All right, yeah, thank you for that. I think just to buttress your points, I think the problem with Diego Simeone and João Felix currently is that the fact that the player is complaining that the manager is too defensive in his approach, and the manager got angry, and
Exactly.
a lot of confusion between the two. Okay, so let's move on. Prince, welcome to the program. We are talking about La Liga, chances of any team winning La Liga, and then your top 4. If you can hear me, Prince, you can come in. Prince, can you hear me? Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Come again.
My submission on La Liga, I made it earlier. Or that's what you're talking about.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, then George.
The
George,
network was bad. You didn't hear me.
George, you can George, you can come in. You are welcome to the session. La Liga. Who is your favorite to win La Liga and your top 4? George, can you hear me? The only Italian fan on the program. George, can you hear me? Okay, maybe he's waiting for the series.
Saying where he is.
Maybe he's waiting
No,
for.
I think
typed.
Yeah, he's on duty, so he can't make his comment.
Okay. Nana Kwame. I think then you can come in and then La Liga, your favorites, and then your top 4 La Liga. Let's go.
Okay, so quickly, I think favorites for La Liga.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Perhaps with Xavi in the helm of affairs, perhaps they might win it again. The La Liga, but let's not forget this is Ancelotti's last season. He's going to coach Brazil. So I think this is his last season as coach of La Liga. So he might want to get some trophies before he exits. And I don't think Mbappe is coming to Madrid. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think he's coming. I think Madrid might not want to spend anything on him. They want him free so that he can come. So I think also that for Sevilla, look, when it comes to Europa or formerly I think it was called UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
Or currently Europa. I think, look, we all know them. That is their field. Don't try to, I mean, it's their field. So, but maybe perhaps they'll make top 4. But Liverpool is playing Europa, unfortunately. But I think we will win Europa. So I don't think Sevilla will win. Perhaps might go to finals and take the trophy. So Sevilla, I doubt they will be in top 4, but I know they will perform in the Europa League. Yeah. And so I'm thinking Barca, there may be Atletico Madrid, might be second. Then perhaps Madrid be third, and maybe any other club. But let's see champion. I foresee Madrid rather, Ancelotti wanting to rather grab Elias Champions League before he exits Madrid to Real Madrid to Brazil.
Okay. So I think everyone has spoken on La Liga. I think everyone has Sevilla in their top 4, but I would replace Sevilla with Villarreal. I think that Villarreal are going to do really well. Sevilla had one of their worst seasons in the La Liga since 1990-91 or something. I was just reading it. And Villarreal finished very well last season. The only reason why we are talking about Sevilla is because they won the Europa. But I think that Villarreal will do some great things this season. So if not for injuries, I think Villarreal will get into the top 4 again. They're already in the Champions League, so let's see what happens. So let's get to the Serie A before we come to the EPL. The Serie A, is George back? Can George hear me?
No, he's at post. So
okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's continue. Serie A very quickly. I'm not really too informed on the Serie A teams, but I know that AC Milan looks very strong. They bought Pulisic. They bought Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea. They've brought in Samuel Chukwueze from Villarreal. They've brought in another midfielder from AZ Alkmaar. I've been following them. They are the only team that I've been really following. So I think that they will do very well. Probably they will win the Serie A. Mind you that Rafael Leao has renewed his contract. He's staying. So Olivier Giroud is still there. So I think that Inter Milan might have issues defending their league title. I think they won the Serie A last season, right? Inter Milan.
No. Napoli.
Napoli. Hey, wow. I even forgot Napoli. Wow.
I think we should leave Serie A for those who
know Serie A.
Yeah, I think Pius should leave Serie A.
Oh, I don't know.
But you can't talk about Serie A without Napoli and Inter Milan, who made it to the finals in the Champions League. You can't skip this.
Really, the thing is, George,
the reason why I don't fancy Inter Milan is because they've lost Onana, they've lost Lukaku. I know you are going to laugh, but
well, I think fortunately for them, Onana is gone. Onana, okay, we'll get to EPL, but I don't see Onana doing anything for Man United, But anyway, we'll get to that.
We'll get to the EPL.
That's a fact.
We are not surprised. You're a Liverpool fan.
Yes, we are not surprised.
All right, so La Liga. Let me start with you, Joseph Achi. La Liga, Serie A, Napoli, they still have Osimhen, they still have a bulk of their team. I think Zelensky might be going to Saudi Arabia. I don't know, it's not a done deal yet. And they are trying to sign Gabriel Viega, the Celta Vigo guy, Spanish guy, is very good. So maybe Napoli might actually win the Serie A again, but I think AC Milan will win the La Liga this time around. But let me hear your take.
I think because of Osimhen, I really followed them. I think they were interested in himself, and then the other guy, his name is very difficult to pronounce, Maradona or something. Koviaskilia, yeah, really, anytime you watch their matches, the two of them click very well. Getting the later stages of the season, I think the last 5-6 matches they were not, because the defenders are really come up with a strategy to deal with them, but then the harm had already been caused. So I would say I would want them to continue. I really, since because of Maradona, I like the Napoli and then Totti because of Roma. But then Totti, Roma, they are not doing well recently. Mourinho is trying his best, but I don't think they have the financial capabilities to buy top players. So, like, yeah, I said, I hope Napoli can retain the league. That is, if they can keep Osimhen, because if you look at the monies, the quote coming from Saudi Arabia, I would have gone by now, £1 million per week. I don't know what he's still doing there. Yeah, but then I don't know. I think he would go, but they look really strong. The league, I think they beat AC Milan. No, AC Milan stopped them. AC Milan were the only team that were able to beat them, I think, home and away. So AC, like you said, yes, AC too, they are really, really strong. They have a very fine goalkeeper. That I've forgotten his name. He's a French guy. Man, yeah, he's very, very good. So it might be between AC and then Napoli.
Yeah.
But I just hope I don't follow Serie A that often, but I don't follow La Liga that often. Sorry, Serie A. The is a bit confusing. But I'm just hoping Napoli would win. But it's been a bit competitive this past seasons, unlike previously when Juventus used to just bully them, everybody, and just win. Now AC have won, Napoli also won. I just like it always being competitive. One team where I don't want teams to be winning all the time.
Yeah.
This club wins the following seasons. I don't want it to be monopolized. So I'm very happy Juventus are really struggling because the mafias were just manipulating the whole system. Yeah. So I'll root for Napoli and then AC and probably Inter. And then if Roma can be in the top four, I'll be really happy for Mourinho. I really like Mourinho. Yeah, so that's my take.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Guys,
Yeah.
just to alert you, we according to the Zoom, we have 6 minutes left. So assuming it goes off, we can just quickly rejoin the same link. 40 minutes is almost up, so we can simply rejoin with the same link. So let me hear from you. Enoch. If you can hear me, your take on Serie A, your favorite to win the Serie A this year, and then your top four.
I think for me, after Juventus had dominated for a while, and there seemed to be some changes in the winning of what's the name, Serie A. I think it was still change season, and I think they will improve on that based on the transfers I've seen. AC Milan will be there, but for Juventus, I think they are having issues a bit with the what's the name, wrongdoings or issues they've had recently, and I don't know if I should even include them because with the Serie A teams, anything financial really hits them hard when it comes to the play as well, so or their performance. So yeah, I think I tip AC Milan to take the ultimate. Yeah.
Okay. So your top four will be
That's AC Milan, Inter, and Napoli.
okay.
But the fourth team is what I'm a bit confused about.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go to Gilbert. Gilbert, you can come in. Serie A. your take on Serie A winner and then top 4.
Yes, Napoli were a very good side last season. Okay, and so was AC Milan and Inter Milan. I liked Inter Milan for the way they used to play from the back. It is a new system that I think the Italian league is seeing, especially from Inter Milan, especially with Onana being their goalkeeper. They are very comfortable even when you are pressing them. They are able to keep the ball. The goalkeeper is able to keep the ball and then serve as more like the 12th player on the pitch. So it gives them a lot of numbers, both at the back and then also up front. Okay, because when Inter Milan is pressing and they are keeping the ball, they always have a reliable person behind them. And they know when they pass the ball to the person, he's not going to be under pressure. He's able to even dribble, which is, it's a bit risky. He has been caught out, in those positions, and he was punished for it. But Onana is very good, but at the moment he's out. I wonder if they can get a goalkeeper to play just like him.
Jan Sommer has just been Jan Sommer is coming in to replace him.
Okay, so Jan Sommer, we all know Jan Sommer is not a good ball playing goalkeeper. Okay, it means that they might not be able to start from the back. They might not be able to start their build-up from the back like the way Onana used to do. Onana used to pass the ball right from the 18-yard box into the midfield. And, people might think that skill is a very easy thing to do as a goalkeeper. But when you have played football for some time, you've played in midfield role, you've played from behind, you've played at the striking position, for a goalkeeper to be able to locate an attacking midfielder and switch play whilst he is under pressure directly to midfield, okay, the advantage it gives you, the attacking team, is that your transition becomes so quick. You are able to catch the opponents, okay, unawares. And then the next thing is the ball is being given to a striker or a winger. They are crossing the ball. Somebody is heading it in. Okay. So that's the advantage that Inter Milan had last season. Now, with the absence of Onana, with the absence of Lukaku, we don't know if Lautaro Martinez will also want to leave, because there are other teams that are also interested in him.
He's been given the captain, so he's staying.
Given the captain's band, okay. I've not been following it so much, but if you ask me, I will say AC Milan are favorites, because why am I saying that? You have this attacking pair in Napoli, in the name of Osimhen, and then the other guy. I think he's from, I don't know whether he's from
from Georgia.
Yeah. From Georgia, okay. Georgia. The guy is an excellent attacking midfielder. I think he will be an excellent fit in any of the big teams in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And when he gets to the Premier League, when any team gets him in the Premier League, he will be an instant hit.
He wants to play for Real Madrid. That's what his agent says.
That will be, Real Madrid will be, I don't know, Real Madrid will gel even better than last season if they get that guy, because he can play in the 10-8 and even as a false 9. He can play in 3 different positions. You can even put him on the wings and he will still perform.
Yeah, he does very well.
That's the guy we are talking about. Yeah, he's a very, and he's a clinical finisher as well. Sometimes he even finishes better than Osimhen.
Yeah.
Okay, so they need to still keep that hunger and move.
Okay, this update, I think we have to change it to something else. Someone suggested Google Talk, but I wasn't used to it, so I wasn't receptive.
It's very handy. It's very user friendly. So maybe in subsequent ones we'll just use that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Google Meet is a bit okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google Meet is spot on. It's good.
All right. So let's continue.
Yeah. So I think Gilbert was on it.
Yeah,
Gilbert always has the interaction.
I wonder.
The blackout guy.
Enough always praying for Gilbert to be cut.
You know, anytime the comment leaves a Liverpool fan and comes to me, then that happens.
There are dark days ahead of United. You see, that's right.
I can sense that.
So, Pius, are you recording?
All right. So you go, but you continue. Let's finish up and then let's move on.
So I was talking about this, very intelligent Georgian guy. Okay, his name is a bit of a mouthful, so pronouncing it is something else. What is his name actually?
Kavashvela or something.
Kovashkilia.
Kovashkilia. The guy is a real Russian, but he's from Georgia. Anyway, yeah, he plays excellent football. The kind of attacking midfielder that any of the top teams would love to have in their squad. He can press, he can dribble, he has good speed. His dribbling technique is top notch. He can assist. Okay, he puts in the tackles. You understand? He puts in a lot of work.
Yeah.
His work rate is just amazing. It tells you how disciplined he is, both on and off the pitch. Okay, so this is the guy we are talking about, and Napoli need to keep him for one more season. Okay, and then they can challenge for either the Scudetto or the other competitions. I think Napoli will still win a trophy. I cannot confidently say they will win the Scudetto. Okay, because this time it will be a very tight competition between AC Milan, Napoli, and then maybe, just maybe, AS Roma.
Okay.
Just maybe AS Roma. The reason I'm saying that is, if Mourinho will still stay in AS Roma. Mourinho has got the confidence of the players.
Okay.
They are playing in a way that suits the team. The team is not a team that has Roma doesn't have a team that have flamboyant attackers who can easily express themselves, very skillful attackers. I mean, they have Tammy Abraham, and then this Argentine, what's the name?
Dybala.
This left foot.
Dybala.
Okay, if you ask me, they are the most skillful players in Roma at the moment. Okay, Tammy is not even that skillful. Okay, and he just has the strength to hold on. He's a typical number 9. He's able to hold the ball and then wait for his the other attackers. He brings them into play and then he goes and connects. He makes very good assists. So if you ask me, Roma can still compete, but then I think what Mourinho needs to do is to sharpen their winning mentality, because they are winners of the Conference League already, and he needs to take them a step further. Financial issues might not help them compete very well, but Roma still has it and they can pull surprises. Okay. If you ask me, we are looking at tight competitions between Napoli, AC Milan, AS Roma, and then just maybe Inter Milan, because Inter Milan will not just go down easily. Yeah, okay. That's my take.
All right. Okay. So, the Serie A expert has raised his hand. George, you have the floor. The Serie A experts, come and tell us who you think is the favorites to win the Serie A. I know you are AC Milan fan, so you say AC Milan, but give us your top four. George. George, can you hear me? You have raised your hand, but I think it's having problems. Why has Ghana sent you to Niger to do peacekeeping or what? Maybe that's why the network is not. Okay, so
he does not go there.
Whilst you are waiting for George, let's go to Jehoshaphat. Joe, tell us your opinion about Serie A, your expectations, in top four.
Serie A is going to be a very interesting league this season. Very, very interesting because we have the likes of Napoli, Lazio, Roma, AC, Inter, all of them tipping themselves each and every season for it. But my top four is going
nobody has mentioned Lazio.
Yes. Lazio is going to do very well.
Yeah.
Lazio, so my top four is going to be Napoli, AC Milan, Lazio, and then Inter.
Okay.
Simply because this time it's going to be a horse race between AC Milan and Inter because AC Milan has really done well with this transfer market, signing Pulisic, and they already have Rafael Leao. They lost Tonali, which is quite sad, but they have replacements for him. And then also we have the likes of Napoli. Napoli will win the league by a slight margin just because they've lost Kimmich, which was one of their really resilient defensively, which helped them last season. And then they still have the Kvaratskhelia, they still have Osimhen, they still have Zambo and Gisa. That guy really did very, very, very well. The reason why Lazio would drop off for me this season is because of the fact that they've lost Serge Milinkovic-Savic, who is going to Saudi Arabia, which is very sad because I don't understand why he went there. He was a very prolific midfielder. Europe's bigs were chasing him. But then Serge Milinkovic-Savic is very, very, very good. But then I think Napoli will win it again. But AC Milan will give them a hard time because AC Milan really has gelled well and then they made some signings. And Mania is going to come back because last season Tata Rossano was really giving up some errors because of his injury. Mania is coming back into the system. And then also they are looking to sign a midfielder. They also got Loftus-Cheek, who is a good ball playing midfielder. They really made some big business this market. And they are three-season form signatures. They are goal scoring. They really score goals. And I'm also sad they lost Rafael and Brahim Diaz to Madrid after he grew back to his new team. But I think Napoli will win it again. And this time it's going to be very close, not the 16, 17 points I think Gap saw last time. And Lazio might even give it a try because Luis Alberto is coming back from injury very well too. And then Ciro Immobile too is also scoring goals. And Ciro Immobile is one of the wonderful strikers because he doesn't only score goals, but it's a good provision. Like he provides for them so well, alongside with Felipe Anderson and the rest. So I think for sure it's going to be this year is going to be really, really interesting. And I still feel Napoli will win it. But Rafael Leao can make a difference if he and Giroud gel well and then they continue to do what they do. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I think before I go to Nana Kwame, I think that Juventus should not be completely discounted. I mean they've lost quite a few players and the scandals and everything, but they still have some very good players. If Vlahovic doesn't leave, Rabiot is still there. They have this Kostic guy is there. If Chiesa, you see the key to Juventus. Chiesa, yeah. He went for he got injured and then his career is sort of taking a turmoil. Yeah, but if Chiesa comes back really well, I think that Juventus can actually do something. But let's see what happens. But Lazio it's a team that everybody should look out for. They lost
For years.
Milinkovic Savic. Yeah, that guy has always been linked to big clubs. I think an offer of 80 million euros went for him 2 years ago. The president refused that offer. Yeah, but now he's gone to Saudi Arabia for I think 30 million euros or something. So I mean, it's quite sad. But Lazio is also a contender for top 4. So let's see. So Nana Kwame, George is George still available? I think he's gone off. Okay, so Nana Kwame, you can come in. Serie A, your expectations, who to win, and your top 4.
Okay, so thank you. So for Serie A, I think if you take last season, Inter Milan was in the finals of the Champions League. Europa Sevilla played with, I think, an Italian team, right? I'm attempting to recall.
Roma, yeah, Roma.
Yeah, Roma. Okay, and in the Conference League, I think it was between 2 Italian teams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should tell you how well the Serie A, is performing compared to the other European leagues. So, I mean, when people try to, shut down Serie A, I remember those days in the early, late 90s, 2000s, those days that we were also following football actively as young people, then in high school. We used to see the likes of AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma, Juventus, and these were even Lazio. These were phenomenal teams, and we were all following, cheering them on. Well, but I foresee that gradually that era is coming back, whereby Italian teams are going to dominate. Mind you, say there's a new season also coming into football because there's now the death of the Ronaldo Messi era. They are no more dominant. They are no more in Europe. Football somehow the headquarters of football is in Europe. So if these two are off, I foresee a whole new change. And that is and people are saying Haaland and Mbappe, but that is so false. I mean, I think that era of those two people dominating football is over. I don't foresee it happening again, but of course, never say never. But I think now it's going to be like the late 90s, early 2000s, whereby Ballon d'Or this year, maybe it's Thierry Henry, Zidane, and Figo. The following year, even the 3 of them will not be part of the top 3. You see a whole new players coming up. I foresee that era coming up again, especially with Ronaldo and Messi being out now. So, and those days, so if you realize, Italian teams were really performing. And just from last season, I mean, we also Inter Milan Champions League final, Roma, same thing, Europa, Conference League, 2 Italian teams as well. So you foresee that, look, these teams are gradually picking up. So I think I didn't hear you.
You don't think it's a one-off?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I foresee, and that's like I'm giving reasons. I foresee it coming back again. And also, I mean, look, let's not be scared about the Saudi Pro League. Saudi Pro League, people are going there for the money. I mean, so it's not like they are really taking players away. And if you check the players all going there, most of them were about to retire after they shine in the group. Then they just decide to, go and grab some money. Saudi, of course, like if we take 0, he wanted to join Madrid after World Cup when he was putted out, but Madrid didn't sign him.
That was a rumor.
Well, you can say whatever you want to say, Man U fans, but it's the fact he went to Real Madrid playing.
No, it's not a fact.
He went to Real Madrid training grounds with expectation. Perez will sign him, and Perez didn't sign him. But of course, I mean, his time has passed. But for Messi, Barca was begging him to come back. But Madrid never begged Ronaldo to come back. But anyway, that's just yeah, with the Man U fans.
No.
Okay, anyway, so I foresee that for Serie A it will be difficult to call top 4. You see, that's how come I see how competitive the Serie A is.
George, I see you. Sorry, George, I see you. I'll come to you very soon. Please go ahead.
Okay, so that's what is going to make it difficult to predict the winner of the Serie A. So but perhaps I foresee it's Inter Milan. Of course, they made it to the finals of the Champions League. So perhaps maybe they'll be in top 4. Jose Mourinho. Some people say his time is over. You know, the Mourinho we used to see is no more because now Mourinho just needs to get big players. He's being splashed with money here and there. So now, since when he doesn't get those things, it's over for him. And well, I wouldn't want to comment on that. I'm neutral when it comes to Mourinho. At times, I prefer him. At times, he's not a favorite. I mean, so Roma, anything, I think they can make it top four. Napoli, because of the Nigerian Victor, perhaps we might see them also there. Juventus, we all know their struggles. But hey, you know, as I said, for Serie A, it will be difficult for me to predict which teams will be in the top four. But all the same, I foresee them dominating Europe once again. I think it's a new phase, it's a new era for them. And I foresee them coming up in Europe and dominating in both continental, in the three continental leagues, be it the Champions League, the Europa, and the Conference. Like I foresee the Italian teams dominating and the Serie A gradually. I think that's indeed is really going to pick up as it used to occur in the late 90s and 2000s.
Serie A is coming back. Okay. with that, the players they are buying, some of them you can't even mention their names. Okay.
well, gradually they will shine, you know, of course. I mean, it's gradual. I mean, once they succeed in Europe, they begin to make a name for themselves. You know, I mean, Cyril was in Sporting Lisbon. He won the league. Then Ferguson decided to buy him. He came and he made a name in 2008 when he won the Champions League. So I think it's gradual, you understand? I mean, it's going on. I mean, gradually, these players will excel. It's gradual.
Okay, George, if you can hear me, you can come in now. I think he's having issues with his audio. George, can you hear me? Let me see if I can get him on WhatsApp. George, can you hear me? Enoch, try and see if you can get him.
Sure.
Okay. But whilst we wait for George to come with his Serie A perspective, I think that we are all waiting for the Premier League. Let's just use the rest of the 30 minutes we have to talk about the Premier League. It starts tomorrow. The defending champions play Burnley. I think it's going to be a done 3 points for City. But I mean, the weekend, Saturday, the big game, Liverpool versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That game is going to be a cracker. George, your hand is up. You can come in if you want to talk. Just let me know if you can hear us, and then let's know if we can hear you. Then you can start talking.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, all right, great to have you here. So Serie A, AC Milan fan, who is going to win the Serie A? Your top four favorites for top four, yeah.
The Serie A is going to be between Inter Milan and AC Milan, but
I see.
But right now, looking at their performance on the transfer market, I think it's AC Milan. But we shouldn't forget Inter Milan. They have a very strong squad. They just lost Onana.
Okay.
And they are one of the teams with the best defense in Italy.
Okay.
So Inter Milan is still strong.
But
Napoli was just a one-season wonder.
They've lost.
Napoli was just a one-season.
Skriniar is gone to PSG. They've lost Skriniar, so I don't know. Bastoni is there, but they've lost Skriniar. So I don't.
No worries. Inter Milan is still strong.
Okay.
Lukaku.
Who is his replacement?
Lukaku. I'm coming. Lukaku.
Okay.
Lukaku mostly was starting from the bench. They still have Joaquin Correa. They have Lautaro Martinez. They have Edin Dzeko. The attack is still sharp.
Okay.
Yes, they still have a lot of quality in there that they can cause havoc in the league. That one.
Yeah.
And AC Milan, well, they are making interesting signings, but personally, I don't like Pulisic because after every 3 matches, he'll be on the bench with injury.
Yeah.
But he's good. And Chukwueze, is a very good sign, and we've seen his performances at Villarreal. Chukwueze is very good. Yes, and I've seen that they've brought in this guy, something Musa.
Yes. From
Yeah.
Valencia. Yes. Musa from Valencia is very good. Yeah.
Yes. So actually, the Serie A is going to be interesting. I was talking about Napoli. Napoli was just a one-season wonder because looking at how they ended the league, although they had already won the league because they opened the gap with a lot of points. But looking at the latter matches, their performance wasn't that good. Losing 4-0 to AC Milan, and they lost 1-0 to AC Milan again. And that I think in the space of 3 matches, their best performance against AC Milan was a draw, which wasn't good. And they couldn't score Juve. I think Juve scored them.
Okay.
And they drew. I think they drew against Inter Milan. So Napoli was just a one-season wonder. I don't see them doing anything in the league this coming season. Probably they can be fourth in the league. But first, I'm tipping AC Milan, second Inter Milan, third Juve, because Juve is still boosting their attack. They've brought in Timothy Weah, who is also scoring this preseason. So right now his performances are good. So I think, Napoli will be fourth, Juve will be third, AC Milan first, Inter Milan second. Then maybe Roma. Well, you guys were talking about Mourinho. Mourinho himself came out and said this project at Roma is different. They want him to build the players for them to come and win something. And look at the squad that he's using to win the Conference League and playing Europa League final. If you give this squad to a different coach, probably the results will be different. So to me, Mourinho is doing a great job at Roma.
If you give it to a different coach, you mess up.
Oh yes.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
I can see 2 hands up. You have the chance to rebut. I think say George comments need the amount of people.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm coming. Mourinho on any day with the players. You see, Roma is a team that doesn't like to spend.
They don't have money.
Oh yes, they can't spend, and Mourinho is doing all these things with these players. Come on, a team that their best player is let me say, out of form Dybala. Come on.
So your take is AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, and Napoli, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And with the La Liga, you guys are writing Real Madrid off. The transfer market is still open, and Madrid. Someone said Madrid they've lost creativity in their midfield. Let's not forget now they have Brahim Diaz who had a very fantastic career at AC Milan. I think all his 3 years at Milan was great. Even the year they won the Scudetto, Brahim Diaz was so instrumental. Even last season, providing assists and scoring important goals.
Brahim Diaz, will he start at Real Madrid?
No, he will start. He's a good backup. He will be a super sub.
Okay.
He will be a super sub.
Okay.
Yes, because now they have Jude Bellingham, they have Chouameni, and all these players will do great. Come on,
okay, George, sorry, but the rebuttal, please. We are running out of time. We have just 15 minutes left, so you can say
okay. So the Spanish league, Madrid will win, Barcelona will be second, Atletico Madrid, then Villarreal.
Okay, all right. You guys, let's go straight to the Premier League. Let's not do any rebuttal. Let's move on because we have just 50 minutes to 11 p.m. So let's go straight to the Premier League. Joe, let me start with you. Premier League, your winner, and then your
Premier League. Premier League, the obvious winner is always going to be City.
Okay.
It's simple because they've abreast their squad with Gravio. Already they didn't have any defensive problems, but started from the back. Gravio, who was instrumental in Croatia's push to the semi-finals, was very wonderful. Coming into the midfield, because of the Arsenal match, I doubt their midfield a little bit because of the role of Kovacic. Kovacic is not really creative going into the final third, but I think it will be a problem. That's why I've heard the links for Paqueta, who is very good. He knows how to score goals. He's very good. So I think that will solve that problem for them. And the attack is all Erling Haaland, Mahrez, for them. They know what to do. So they are still going to score 100 goals, score 100 goals, but they won't get 100 points. And then Arsenal will follow once again. Arsenal will be second because of the fact that they still need a striker. I don't think Arsenal has a striker. Arsenal's attack, even though their wingers do their best to score, Arsenal needs a prolific striker. I feel they should go for Vlahovic, but as for their defense, and we also Timber's exploits in the FA Cup, in the community show, he did very well when he went off, and that's when City conceded. But I feel it to be even tighter because Arsenal has really upped their game from what we saw from the community show. It was a fair end-to-end, very, very end-to-end. Even though City dominated in the first half, Arsenal came in the second half, and then that mental fortitude where they feel Cities over them, I think is gone because they really played to their maximum best. Yes. And then Man United will be 10. But maybe Man U and then Arsenal will intertwine with the second position. But for the first is City. Man U, my only problem with us is our goal scoring. Last season, we scored 58 goals. We were the 10th in the number. It was very, very, very bad.
Yeah.
Our goal score always scoring 2 goals. If we up our goal scoring, because for me, I trust our defense so much because we have Martinez and then Varane. Martinez is top-notch. Ball progression, interceptions, even aerially with his height, even how he man-marks Haaland and the rest. I think Man U will do very, very well. We'll get more than the 74 points we had last season. This season is going to be really competitive. And then Liverpool, I don't even think they'll make it top 4 once again because they still lack that. They don't have a creative midfielder. I don't think McAllister is someone who is, because if you look at the teams above them, all of them have somebody like De Bruyne, Odegaard, Bruno Fernandes. Like they have some creativity in the midfield, but unlike Liverpool, they don't have any creativity in the midfield.
Szoboszlai guy can do that too. Szoboszlai can do that.
Okay, we are yet to see that. But Szoboszlai is a set piece machine and he's more of runs into the box. Yes. So let's see if it helps for them. But their defense is really terrible because they've conceded so many goals this preseason. They've conceded so many goals. And then experts analytics, their defense is really good to them. But for the attack, it's sharp. Salah will deliver. Salah will score more than 25 goals this season. And for the top scorer, it's always going to be Haaland. But this season, I feel if Man U's conversion rate should go high, Bruno could get like a couple of assists and contend with KDB for the assist playmaker of the season. And for the Premier League, it's going to be very interesting because Newcastle is also going to put us because they signed Tonali and some other midfielders. Because Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes is form of the same profile of the player. So I don't know how they are going to do it. But then I think it's going to, because their defense was solid last season, and then Pope is well. They lost St. Maximin, which is very, very bad for me because I feel he was somebody who was going to help them. I don't know who they are going to play as their left, but I feel Almiron and then Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson's form gets into the back of that.
Harvey Barnes from Leicester.
They bought Harvey Barnes, yes, a very, very, very good left winger. Yes, very, very good left winger. Who I don't think he's supposed to be playing in the top 6 leagues, the top 6 players, top 6 teams. I mean, he's a very, very good left winger. His technicality on the ball is very good, so he's really going to help back. I feel St. Maximin is still ahead of Harvey Barnes. Just that St. Maximin was not really managed well, and then he was injury prone. Yes. So for my top 4 is Man City, Arsenal, United again, and then Liverpool.
Okay.
But maybe Liverpool and Newcastle, it's still uncertainty. Yes.
Okay. All right. Guys, we are almost getting to the 40-minute mark. So if it goes off, you can just rejoin again and then we'll finish up with the Premier League and then we'll be done. So Gilbert, you are up. You are up. Premier League, your favorites to win, and then your top four.
Yeah, to start, yes, I'm a Manchester United supporter. And to be very objective, City is still up there. They are still reinforcing their squad. They have the money. They are selling players and also, buying some more. They know exactly where to reinforce. The manager is very good at this. He has proven several times, in this transfer in the transfer market. City starts the league a bit slowly. City is very beatable. They are very beatable by few teams. Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United. Whether people like it or not, Manchester is always there. I mean, if you ask,
but Arsenal didn't win against City.
If you ask, what? Come again, please.
Saying last season didn't win.
Last season,
no, we beat City 2-1.
We beat City 2-1
last season.
at Old Trafford.
No, I was saying a Kapat.
We beat City 2-1 at Old Trafford last season. Manchester United has been the team that City
was it the Premier League? Was it the Premier League?
Yeah, in the Premier League.
In the Premier League match, your friend is saying FA Cup.
No. We beat City 2-1 in the Premier League.
2-1.
We beat them in the Premier League. 2-1.
We beat Liverpool 2-1.
Yes, we beat them 2-1 in the Premier League.
Arsenal 3-2 at Old Trafford last season.
So then you beat Liverpool what?
We beat Liverpool
2-1 at Old Trafford last season.
Liverpool beat you 7-0. Why don't you forget?
No, we are talking about Old Trafford.
But what I'm trying to say here is that the team that City mostly fears in the Premier League to cause surprises is Manchester United. We have proven it.
It's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. Never mind.
It's not Liverpool.
Okay, probably. I'll agree with the
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer beat Man City 3 times. Okay, these are facts. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer beat them. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is being touted as one of the worst managers in Man United. He beat Pep Guardiola 3 times in one season.
Jurgen Klopp has beaten Pep more than any coach in the Premier League.
It's only United who knows how to beat City very well in the Premier League.
That is false. And Pius, you should correct it as post. Pius, you should correct this.
Okay, you
correct this.
Gilbert,
what I'm saying
has beat Pep more than anybody.
I'll check and see.
No, Liverpool has not beaten City more than United has.
Liverpool or Manchester United. Let me check. But you continue.
In the past 10 years, check it in the past 10 years. Which team?
Now you're going 10. Now you take go 10. Now you take go 10.
Okay, in the last 5 years. Check it.
Hey, man, you fans. Hey,
check it in the last 5 years. You can go and check. Check it right now. We can check it.
It's your contract.
You continue.
Who has beaten
Man United? You check it in the last 5 years. You will see. So what I'm trying to say is that City are still there. You cannot write Man United off. You cannot write Arsenal off. Arsenal are still playing very good football. Okay, Liverpool has not reinforced so well. In fact, you have Henderson going. You have Sadio Mane gone.
We are glad Henderson is gone. We are so glad. Actually, we passed it to it.
Relax for him.
You have McAllister. You have McAllister, who has also been bought. Okay, he's a very good midfielder. As for creativity, I cannot give it to McAllister. If it comes to creativity, some of the most creative midfielders, you can always talk about Bruno Fernandes, De Bruyne. When you go to Arsenal, Odegaard is there. Okay. When you go to, yes. I mean, some of your most creative midfielders, who are they? You just bought Szoboszlai. We will want to see him easily gelling in the Premier League with Liverpool. Okay. At the moment, I still see Liverpool struggling a bit to get to the top 4. But when they get to the top 4, I will not be surprised. Okay.
Freedom of speech. You are free to express yourself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. We are all free to express our thoughts.
Even Man U with all your spending, cry, you don't say you struggle to make it top 4, and then Liverpool.
What spending?
Last season
We are
we
selling
started it
players.
bad, but we ended up in the
We
top
are
4.
selling players.
You have spent
United is selling players
when
and
your
using
new
some
coach,
of the money
when
to
your
buy
new
other
coach
players.
came. Oh, you are sending which players? Your favorite defender and captain Harry Maguire. Your favorite, the best defender ever.
Harry Maguire has been in the club for almost four seasons.
Oh yeah, and he's the best player, and he's the best defender and captain that Man U ever had. I don't think he should go. He's a good defender. He should stay.
Why should he stay? We are the one who calls the shots anyway. So Harry Maguire has been sold. We all know. Okay, he's going to West Ham. He will complete his medicals and he will go to West Ham. So Man United is still a force.
I pray he fills the medicals and remain at Man U.
So your prayer was worth.
So Liverpool is still there and Brighton is still there. I will not write Brighton off. They are playing some wonderful football. They start from behind. They pass the ball among themselves so easily.
Don't you think it was just that season that they were fortunate?
It was not a one season wonder. De Zerbi plays that kind of football, and the players he has have accepted that brand of football, and they play it so well. We saw them against Liverpool. We saw them against Manchester United. We saw them against Man City. We've seen them against Arsenal. They played the same brand of football. So De Zerbi has actually instilled his philosophy into these guys. And guess what? These guys are average players. They are not world-class or top-class players. What if De Zerbi gets money and, is able to go to the market and spend better? Okay, so we cannot write off Brighton. Their next target will be to qualify for top 4 and compete in the Champions League. And they can do it, especially with this particular coach, De Zerbi. Okay, so we can't write De Zerbi off. The same way we saw a certain Jurgen Klopp when he was coming up in Borussia Dortmund. Okay, he was playing some kind of very aggressive pressing football, and everybody was wondering. Everybody said, it is a 9-day wonder. What happened today? What's the name? Jurgen Klopp has won the Champions League. Tuchel, the same thing. He's also won the Champions League. So De Zerbi is a kind of coach in his own class. If he gets a material, he's going to surprise a lot of people, including the very top coaches that we have in the Premier League. Not to talk about what's the name? Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp himself. What's the name? Eric Ten Hag. All these wonderful coaches. Pochettino is doing something wonderful. I think Tottenham will be able to compete and probably qualify to the Europa League. Pochettino is playing a new brand of football.
You mean Chelsea?
No, I mean Tottenham. Sorry, Tottenham.
Okay.
I'm talking about
Chelsea. Pochettino is now in Chelsea.
Oh, sorry. Pochettino is now in Chelsea. So I'm talking about Chelsea. Pochettino signed for Chelsea this season. So Pochettino is playing a certain, brand of football. And if you ask me, these young guys in Chelsea have spent a lot of money.
I knew Gilbert was going to end the meeting. He's always there. Yes, sir.
When I mentioned his name, I knew it will get to his turn before the thing goes goes up.
We should also put some of the blame on Nana.
Actually, this Liverpool fan.
But it's going to be a very interesting season, if you ask me. It's going to be a very interesting season. Yeah. And I think the competition will be very tough, especially between Manchester City, is always there, Arsenal, Manchester United, not in any order, but Manchester City, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool will be there, and then Chelsea, and then also Tottenham Hotspur. Okay. But Brighton can pull surprises. We should be very careful about that team. In fact, the way Brighton plays is absolutely amazing. They are the only team, apart from the only team. I should say they are the only small team now that are able to match Man City boot for boot when it comes to passing.
You mean Brighton?
In fact, yeah, Brighton. Brighton and what's the name? Is it Brighton and Hove? Okay.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
And Hove Albion. They are the only team at the moment who are able to match Man City boot for boot when it comes to triangular passing. If they have some sharp creative midfielders and sharp attackers, they can always surprise any of the big teams. Okay, they can surprise any of the big teams. You understand? So for the top four, yes, Man City, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, you're looking at Chelsea that are coming up with a new philosophy. Okay, they are passing so well. They have some confidence right now. I've seen Modric is playing very well during the preseason. He played so well. So let's see. They have, I think, a new striker in the name of One Jackson. Is that the name?
Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson. He looks really fit and sharp. He looks really fit and sharp. But Arsenal need to trust Nketiah as their main number 9.
You think he can be prolific for them?
Yes, he can. He has shown it in the big games.
Okay.
Nketiah showed it in the big games last season.
Yeah, okay. I think he scored against us at the Emirates Stadium.
He scored against Man United. Yes, he scored against Man United, and he scored 2 goals. Very beautiful goals.
I didn't watch that game.
Okay, so Nketiah looks sharp in the box. He is a box attacker or a box, striker. And the coach, anytime it gets tough, he needs to bring him in early, switch play, okay, and then attack more from the wings through crosses. And Nketiah will deliver. I don't know why he benches Nketiah so much. What's the coach's name?
Arteta.
Arteta needs to give Nketiah, a little bit more confidence and give him more playing time to play, because Arsenal are playing so well. It is the last half of the pitch that's where the problem is. The problem is not in the midfield. It's not even in the defense. The last half of the pitch, the decision making around the box and in the box is too slow. They touch the ball too much in the box. If you have a striker who is more direct, like Nketiah, he will score a lot of goals if you give him, the opportunity. So yeah, Arsenal should look at that. That's my take.
Okay. So your top 4 is in which order?
My top 4, yes, I'm a United fan, but I'll still go for Man City.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, it's either Arsenal or Manchester United to take the second spot and the third spot to be between these 2 teams. Okay. Liverpool might just make it into the top 4.
Okay.
Liverpool might just make it into the top 4, but
Man U will be what?
Oh, Man United will be in the top four. As for Man United, if that second one, we will be there.
So you think Man United will be there, but Liverpool will struggle to make it based
We
on
will
what?
finish. We will finish above Liverpool.
But last season, Liverpool was in there. So it's a fact.
We'll finish above Liverpool.
And last 2 seasons, Man United also were not present in top four.
Yes,
In fact, if Liverpool is wasting, Man United is wasting that spot in the Champions League. They won't get anywhere. That's a waste of spots.
Oh, just like how you wasted it the last 2 years.
No, we didn't. We never wasted it. When was the last time you won the Champions League? When was the last time you won the Champions League? I won Champions League 2019.
No, let me
ask you. Where you are going there?
No, but the bias, you've decided to bring your Man U fans here, and then you decided to bring your Man U fans here. I will not allow that. You've assembled Man U fans here. I will face all of you.
No, allow him to make his top 4 prediction.
When the league starts.
No. He's here chastising Liverpool. He's chastising Liverpool too much.
He says Liverpool will be 4. He says Liverpool will be 4.
I am saying that they might
struggle. They will struggle to be
in the top 4,
which is false.
They might get, because you will be competing.
It's not against Liverpool will be in the top 4. In fact, Liverpool is winning the Premiership. Mark it anyway.
Who is winning the Premiership?
We'll not even get close.
Okay, when it gets to your turn, you can tell us. Gilbert, thanks for your insight. You can come in.
Insights.
Okay, so with my submission, first of all, there is something in accounting you call it forecasting, and in doing forecasting, you have to take previous years actuals to do your forecasting. So in doing my forecasting, I'm going to use last season's performance, and of course, Liverpool will still not make it to the top 4.
No. You're an accountant using just one season to make a prediction. Come on, how can you use one fiscal year and then based on that to make forecasting? Please. You shouldn't. No, please. You're an accountant. You shouldn't say that. You just use one fiscal year. But you cannot use one fiscal year for that, please.
I'm allowed.
No, but you cannot do that. No, Pius. You can't use just one fiscal year as an accountant to make projections in any company.
In all fairness,
it can never work. You can't use one fiscal year.
You're going to say in the last 5 years, maybe.
No.
Exactly.
I'm allowed. You decide to choose your years of prediction.
The board will fire you. The board will not even allow you to continue. You'll be fired. The board of the company will fire you instantly.
I'm allowed to.
How can you just use one season to say because of last season this is what happened? So Liverpool didn't know. Why don't you go last 5 seasons?
Even if I'm to go last 5 seasons, I'm still choosing Liverpool not being in the top 4. What about that?
Okay,
well, of course, and we know that the board will fire you.
Let Enoch make his point. Then
sure. You let him finish. Sure.
So, in making my point, of course, Liverpool will still not make it to the top 4 because Brighton, the lives of Brighton will be there to just drag them down. Of course, Chelsea is not engaged in any European competition, so they will have that time to also beat Liverpool and drag them down out of the top 4. Definitely, I think Chelsea will have that strength to concentrate on the league and the domestic cups to prove a point. I know they will do that. Looking at the young talents they've gathered in there. As to winning the league, I doubt that will be a possibility because experience-wise, Man City is there. Arsenal is there. My prayer is Arsenal wins the league. At least some of us are just sympathizing with the fact that it's been a while they did. So breaking the chain of Guardiola will be a bit okay for us because it's making the league a one-way thing, kind of. Which we don't know the Premiership to be so anyway. Even though Man United has been doing that in the the earlier years or past years. The strength of Man U will be better, even though last season we didn't start the league well. I think before the World Cup it wasn't so encouraging, but after the World Cup we had quite a good spell, which propelled us to the third position.
Even in your good spell, we scored you 7 in your good spell.
Liverpool scored Man U 7. Make it to top 4. And you didn't make it to top 4.
No, that's a comparison between Man U and Liverpool. We scored 7
goals.
7 goals.
7-0 was the trophy.
7-0. You didn't make it to top 4.
No, we just wanted to humiliate Man United, and we did that. Yes, we could accomplish.
7-0 is your trophy.
7-0.
The 7-0
yes,
is your trophy.
We are proud of that. So we are proud of that. And it's our trophy cabinet anyway.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying Man United will do better also is the lives of Maguire, who cost us the Europa, has left. So, for example, if we are to take Maguire out, that header that went in, I don't know whether it's intentionally
a fantastic defender.
Whether it was intentionally or was by mistake, that didn't really cost us. So now that is not in the picture, I think we'll have a very solid defense. The transfer season is not over, so I think Man U will do well. We are doing well in the transfer season. The lives of we being linked to Amrabat and what's the name? What's the other name? The guy who Tabibo. Yes, I think
you wouldn't come. You wouldn't come to Man.
Yes.
So Amrabat wouldn't come to Man U.
Amrabat is just waiting. Fred is already on his way out.
Well, we don't want him. That's the whole thing. We don't want him.
You want it. Just that you people cannot battle with us in terms of players. So I think City still has the shape.
Would choose Liverpool over Man U.
City still has the shape, and I think they can still cause a mess for Arsenal. But my prayer is just Arsenal should actually have that. I think they lost the league with a few games to go because of experience, and City actually used that to take them off to take the speed off their pedal. So for that reason, I think my top 4 will be not in any order: Man City, Man U, Arsenal, and I see Man City, Man U. I see Newcastle, Brighton, Chelsea, and probably Liverpool.
You can even choose.
I just want to mention Liverpool.
You can even see Aston Villa. We don't care. you can see whoever you want to see. You just see Liverpool will go to relegation. I mean that's what you want.
Nana Kwame, I don't hate Liverpool. I think at the moment I wouldn't want Liverpool to win a league because we have the 19 and 2010 with you guys, and you having to win your first Premier League since the inception of Premier League. I think it's encouraging. You've done well, so big up to you guys. But I think that's all for you guys. You guys will have to wait for another almost 30 years before you do again. So
well, in the Constitution, there's freedom of expression and it's free. So thank you for expressing your views. It's a constitutional right. You have the right to, exactly. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. In no particular order, you are anticipating City, Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, and probably Liverpool or Newcastle. Yeah, good one.
Liverpool wasn't there. I said Brighton and Newcastle.
Brighton and Newcastle.
You can even bring. You can bring the newly promoted teams even there. We don't care. Bias.
Brighton was calling Liverpool again.
Joe, you can come in.
For me, Brighton has higher chances of being top 6 than Liverpool. and even
sure.
Chelsea.
Freedom of expression. No worry. Freedom of expression.
Brighton is a very solid team.
And Liverpool is
last
they
season,
played
after
audacious.
City, they had
Yeah,
the most
in fact,
possession. They played
can
60% possession averagely the whole
solid
match.
team. Brighton is a solid team. I don't think a lot of
Brighton is a
people
very solid team.
I've
Likes
watched
of
Brighton play.
Enciso.
And then
Enciso, a
Liverpool is
very
what
young,
team?
good star.
How do
And their
you see
defense too.
Brighton
Mitoma.
will perform better than Liverpool?
Brighton scored Liverpool last season.
Let's allow Joe.
It doesn't matter. And still Liverpool ended up fifth and Brighton ended up sixth.
I'm going to make you the last person
just
to
like
speak so
you
that
beat
you just put Liverpool
and
above
you
Manchester
ended up-
United so that we can go to bed. So you, Joe, you go ahead. Go ahead, Joe. You go ahead. Joe, go ahead.
Brighton. I'm saying Brighton is very good because last season, after Manchester City average, they had the best ball possession. Their coach is a really very strong-minded coach. He doesn't see himself as a small team. Like, they are very, very good. They have a strong mentality, and they have a good set of technical players. You have Mitoma, you have Gross, you have Enciso. Enciso is one of the people I look out for a breakout this season.
Enciso,
He's going to score over 10 goals this season. Yeah. And then their midfield, I pray Casado shouldn't go. And I pray Estupinian too is one of last season he created quite a number of chances. I think he was the sixth overall. And it's going forward is very, very good. And their style of play is beautiful. Even Pep said it. Pep said that the team he faced, one of the teams he doesn't like to face is Brighton because of how they approach the game, their dominance, how they possess the game. And last season, I think they dropped points against Brighton. So Brighton is not a team to beat. And I mean, Brighton will beat Liverpool again. Last season, they beat them 3-0. As for Liverpool, their defense is very, very poor. The preseason shows everything. And they lack creativity.
Right.
And then for Sobosai, people are saying he will be creative. But creative only on set pieces is not creativity, like someone who can pull passes from his own half. And Sobosai, I don't think Sobosai. He's a good shooter. He's a good
But Liverpool
scorer,
have been very prolific on preseason. They scored a lot of goals on preseason.
They scored a lot of goals, but they will concede. And then the team they face don't have defense. So if they come to teams that have defense, it will be hard for them. I even see them not scoring Chelsea. They will have a bastard, and maybe they make signings. They'll pick up.
Opening day.
No.
Oh, okay.
Opening day predictions. Yes. And I feel this season too, Aston Villa is going to really impress.
Aston Villa, yeah.
Aston Villa is really going
You
to
see, your
impress.
whole focus,
From the last
made
season,
your whole focus onto Liverpool, so you couldn't even focus on Emery's Aston Villa. But if you look at it clearly, let me tell you, last season, some teams that were, let me say, the mid teams, I call them the middle league teams, like Newcastle. Oh, anyway, I don't think iPhone 11. Are you done? Are you done?
No, it's not.
No.
Okay, you finish. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that Aston Villa, because they've made some pretty good signings. The Diaby guy is one of the monsters of the Bundesliga.
Yeah, Musa
really
Diaby,
proving at good numbers, and is also very prolific. I don't know how they are going to play he and Leon Bailey, but I think he's really going to help them because their defense is already set with Minks. And then Lucasini, who is one of the best fullbacks in the league for me, is currently ranked top 5 left backs in the league. He's very, very good. And then Watkins is also picking up, and then they have this young lad, Ramsey, who is also doing his very best to help the team. Even though he was on injury, he might come back very soon. So this season is going to Liverpool their contenders are actually with Brighton and Aston Villa because they haven't got to the standard yet.
Why is the focus on Liverpool? Why are you all focusing on Liverpool? Why not Chelsea? That was 12.
Because Chelsea is out.
From top 4 to 12. Why the focus so much on Liverpool? Why not Arsenal, who made it top 4? They were second last season, almost won. Why the focus Man United fans so much and the more towards that? But anyway, it's good. I mean, it's good. So you just continue. It's good. I'll respond to all of you. I'll respond to everything. So don't worry.
Aston Villa I feel Brighton will even have a better season than Newcastle because Giuseppe came in the middle of the season and I see the transformation he made. He didn't start with them. So if they have a full season, had a full preseason, and made some good signings, and then they shouldn't lose their players, they could even be fighting for top 4. Okay. Yes.
All right.
They beat Liverpool 3-0 last season.
Emphatic. Okay, but let's see. I mean, it's a new season, so things can change.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your order, top four. What's your top four?
Man City, Arsenal, Man U, and then probably Newcastle or Liverpool.
Okay.
So Liverpool fit, and then Newcastle, yes, and Brighton, and then Aston Villa.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then Luton Town will not be relegated.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
Luton Town won't be relegated.
Okay, maybe another time.
It's a wonderful take. Yeah, I get surprises from that. But they are a very well coached team. Very, very well. And their striker, Usula, a very wonderful striker. He's a very, very, very good striker. They just they are kind of making signs, and then if they should improve their stadium, they are going to beat some teams like Crystal Palace and then might save them.
Okay.
But just that the starting of their
I concur. I support what you are saying. Luton Town is looking very good.
Okay. They have some mentality monsters. Football is about having a mentality and not only tactics. If you have mentality, you can really, really, really impress. And they have big mentality monsters. Don't fear. And I feel the sad thing is their first three fixtures are very bad. They have City and Liverpool, but if they come at the back end of those fixtures, they are really, really going to do well. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the insights. Maybe another time we'll talk about relegation battle. Teams that are likely to go on relegation in the Premier League. All right. So then, Kwame, you have the floor. Last guy, your take on the Premier League winner, and then top four.
Of course, you always place me last, but don't worry at all. Anyway, so
to place ahead of Man United so that we'll go and sleep.
Anyway, look, being fair, if I'm putting my jersey aside, my Liverpool jersey aside, to be sincere with you, I foresee City still pulling. Maybe perhaps they might win the Premiership again.
Yeah.
If I put as I said, look, let's just be fair. We are all fans of football clubs, but sometimes, let's just be objective. I foresee City perhaps might win the league.
Sure.
They are the favorites. And I was just checking Opta. They've ranked City, I think 93% chance of winning the Premiership. I think after City have forgotten the next crowd, and I think Liverpool, they even ranked Liverpool high. I think you can check. Opta even gave Liverpool some good percentage, even more than Man United anyway, of chances of winning the Premiership.
It has to do with the preseason.
It was the same thing last season. It was the same thing.
Gilbert. Whatever. Of course.
In fact, last season, Arsenal was even
of course. No. It was against you, obviously. Yeah, sure. I'm saying that no matter what, you people will always. Once he goes against you,
let's allow the to talk. Let's allow him to talk. Let's go.
You people just find ways to just rubbish us. That's fine. Of course, it doesn't serve your interests. But anyway, as I'm saying, look, if we praise the jerseys aside, okay, I foresee Man City, okay, lifting the trophy. And in terms of, I want to look at Europe first. Okay, let's go to Champions League. Which teams are representing England? City is there. Arsenal is going. Now, most people, if you talk to Arsenal fans and you ask them, look, what are your chances in the Champions League? They go, okay, you know what? Let's just go and see what happens. They themselves are not being confident in us. Okay, for City fans, of course, they are still confident. Of course, you are reigning champions. What do you expect? For Man United fans, as usual, they are loud. So for them they are saying, we are going to win the Champions League compared to Man U the round of 60.
Nobody has said Champions League.
Boy allowed. You people see in the round of 60.
Man United fans are the last people to say we are going to win the Champions League.
See, you are saying it. If you come to campus, upper campus, Asana Moka, almost on Bechi Champions League. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. The end, baby. I need baby. But anyway, I don't foresee Man United also really performing well in Europe. Okay, Newcastle is their first time. in a way, I mean, it's their first time in a long time. I mean, and look, for Newcastle, I don't see them that they've made any way. I was thinking since they made it top 4, they might go for the top signings because the Saudi money is also there. But it seems they are going with this adage that never change a winning team. They've kept most of their players and they are still moving with them. I don't know whether they will make any major signings. So Newcastle also going to Europe. To be sincere, I don't see them progressing much. I only foresee City being the only English club that will really shine in terms of the Champions League. When we come to Europa, Liverpool, Brighton. Liverpool, of course, we know. I mean, we are 7 times champions of Europe in terms of the Champions League. No other team in England comes close. 7 times champion. I think the only team that comes close is Man U. I think they won how many? Is it 3 or 2? I think so. Maybe let's give them 3. Let's give them 3. It's nothing. You just give them the 3. Okay, but Liverpool 7 times champions of Europe. Now, if we are going to a second tier, continental league like Europa, you obviously know that we are definitely going to lift that trophy. So obviously Liverpool will lift the Europa, trophy. It's a fact. And God willing, next year when the season is over, obviously Pius, you know where to find me. I'm throwing a party. You can come over as we celebrate the Europa League. There's Liverpool lifting it up. Brighton, I don't foresee them. It's their first time in Europe. So even though it's Europa, I still don't see them really excelling, there. Let's see. Now, when it comes to the Premiership itself, look, to be very fair, if you take City, apart from City, I think look, top 4 is open to almost all the clubs. If I'm being very fair, objective. Look, I was making a point. Didn't hear you.
I said open season for everyone.
Yeah, if you take City out, apart from City that I can bet that they will be in top 4, I think the remaining 3 spots, look, is open to everybody. Look, we people are highlighting on Brighton. I'm sure, of course, to the chagrin of Liverpool fan, but fine. I mean, it wasn't at all to me. But look, Aston Villa, look at what Emery, after he took over Aston Villa, look at what he did. So, in Aston Villa. Brighton were performing well. And for me, I foresee that, look, if these people maintain their pace, their same performance, if we don't take care, these 2 teams, one of them might sweep. Brighton might not because of Europe. They might want to shine in Europe, so perhaps they might not focus. But I foresee Emirates, Aston Villa, if care is not taken, they might find a way to sweep into the top 4.
Yeah.
Newcastle will also attempt to shine in Europe, so they might not focus on the domestic league because of they want to shine in Europe. The same thing also with Man U. That might make them not make it in top 4. Because, of course, fine, we all know Man U has signed players all over. They are spending money all over. In fact, since Eric came, the amount of money he has spent is more than what Klopp has spent for over almost 7 seasons since Liverpool. You understand? So, look, but and we all know Man United has a strong fan base and they mount pressure on him. But I foresee that if care is not taken, they might not make it in the Premiership top 4. The focus might rather be on Europe. And that was what might give teams like Liverpool the upper hand. And I'm so glad that Henderson is gone. I was one of his fierce critics. I didn't want him in the midfield. He was just an English boy who has some privileges. I'm so glad he's gone now. So I foresee that fine. Liverpool, our midfield is fine. Right now, Van Dijk is in the helm of affairs as captain. We've brought we bought this Argentine guy from Brighton, McAllister, who were foresee shining, as much as Gilbert disagrees, but I foresee him really excelling. And perhaps people talk about Chelsea, that, Pochettino. For me, maybe most of you will not agree to it, but I foresee Chelsea being cursed by Roman Abramovich. Because look, last season they had all the players. Come on, let's face it. Let's not blame just the coach. Look, they had the players. If Chelsea wanted to shine, Chelsea would have shined. I think that I don't still foresee Chelsea making it top 4, even top 6. I don't think Chelsea will make it even top 6. That's not because they won the summer series. People, now Chelsea is back. Chelsea is nowhere back. Because look, if we take even the top 6 teams, how many of them do you think will even drop away from the top 6 spots? How many? I don't foresee most of them slipping away past, the sixth position. Not even my worst team, Man U, I foresee them going past it. No. So in that case, I think that top six, spots are already filled. So in that case, how will Chelsea now penetrate through claims that they are not in Europe, they are not playing in Europe, so they can focus? But look, though you are not in Europe and you think you are focusing, at the same time, too, those playing in Europe are also not getting. At least they will ensure that if they do make it scratch, some top six will be there, they will be there. So that next season, if they don't make it top four to play in Champions League, at least they can go and play in Europa. Because of course, once you go to Europe, Europe is Europe. So I don't foresee Chelsea making it even top six. And as I said, for me, I think that maybe perhaps you might not agree with me, but I foresee that with how they took the team from Abramovich and with Abramovich had passion. Look, Abramovich somehow made Chelsea. Through Abramovich, many came to love Chelsea. Even most Ghanaians is because of Michael Essien, whom Abramovich bought. When you go to Ivory Coast, because of Didier Drogba, whom Abramovich also brought forward. So the fan base, Abramovich really has strong passion. He invested much just because his president went to war with Ukraine. Then you just take a caliber away from him. Obviously, he's grieved. And I don't foresee Chelsea's problem being about the coach. Rather, I foresee it being a matter of maybe perhaps when the takeover was done. So if you ask me which teams will really make it top four, to be very sincere with you, apart from City, I think those teams that made it from first to sixth, and I will include Aston Villa, any of them can make it in the top four. Any of them. If I put on my Liverpool jersey, Liverpool is taking the league. We'll score Man U again 7-0 home and away. And of course,
On that note, I'll invite Enoch to come in. I see your hand raised. George, you will speak last and then we'll conclude. But it might go off again. We are nearing another 40 minutes. But when we come back, I will just call. George will speak and then I'll conclude and then we'll be off. So Enoch.
No, Pius. I think let George speak because
okay.
He hasn't.
All right, George. You are up. EPL.
I would like to ask to leave. Now, if it's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll join you guys another time when we schedule the meeting.
You've even done well. Thank you very much for staying with us. I mean, it's almost 11:33. So yeah, good job, Gilbert. Thanks a lot. Your contribution have been very eventful. We're looking forward to having you on the show another time. Hopefully, I'll organize something better with another app, and then we'll see if we can stay on and do some more discussions on football. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Thank you very much, guys. Nice to meet you all. Nice meeting you all.
All right, good night.
All right, Gilbert. All right, good night.
All right, George. George, come in. Soja.
For the Premiership, I tip Arsenal to win it. See, they've made some interesting signings and. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
We can hear you, George. We can hear you.
Yeah, so I think Arsenal will win the league. I think for the first time, I'm rooting for Arsenal because actually you can see their project. It's wonderful. They've not sold any key player like Chelsea. Chelsea selling almost every player in their midfield. N'Golo Kante is gone, Kovacic is gone, Pulisic is gone, Ziyech is gone.
Can you blame them? Can you blame Chelsea?
I'm coming. Chelsea clearly don't have a project. And even their project is not even interesting. If they have one. So, yeah, I tip Arsenal to win the league. City will come second. Then maybe Newcastle.
Okay.
Then Man U. Man U, I'm not really rooting for Man U because Preseason, I don't see it up.
Yeah.
I don't see it up. Right? The Sancho too check like some retired footballer be. I don't know. But let's see. After we preseason, I remember the year Germany won the league. They lost most of their friendlies and they went on to win the World Cup. So well, this is preseason. They are all testing their players. So let's see.
Okay.
But I tip Arsenal to win the league. Then Man City second.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, do you want to say something before I conclude? We have about 3 minutes to go. I think we can conclude.
Yes. I think I've made my comments, and to conclude, I think it's a good way of we all making our inputs before the season starts. I know the season starts with so much enthusiasm. We are all rooting to see our teams perform and see how like the impact the signings will have on our performance.
Okay.
So some of us are just eagerly waiting for us to see Maguire. Here we go from from PiusFootball and Fabrizio Romano. All right, thank you guys. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for joining. Nana Kwame, last words, and then I'll conclude.
Oh, I think it's been a good one. The only thing is that, as I was telling you, we shouldn't use Zoom. Maybe next time we should use Microsoft Teams or any other medium, or perhaps even Google Meet. I think Google Meet might even be easier
I think we'll use Google Meet.
Yeah,
And
Google Meet will be better.
Teams is also another paid app, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it has been good. Even with this, that was you just organize it within the last minute, but we've been able to really, I think perhaps maybe every fortnight you can organize one, or dependent, yeah. But so far, I think PiusFootball is doing well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. I have recorded much of it. I think there was one instant that the recording couldn't save, but I've recorded majority of our sessions. I will put them together and upload on my YouTube channel, and I'll post it. I'll make it available to you guys tomorrow. So that's about it. Thank you all for coming. We've all shared our ideas about various clubs for the upcoming season. For me, I'm hoping that United will be in the top 4. Our goal scoring is not really encouraging, but I hope that it will improve when Højlund is fit and he, is able to start well. I'm not really banging on him saving us this season because he's still very young. So I think that the injury that he sustained actually might be a blessing in disguise because it will kind of release a bit of pressure on him. The fact that people are comparing him to Haaland is even the unnecessary pressure on the young kid. So for Manchester United, I'm hoping for a good season. I think that we'll do well in the league, and I think that we'll do well in Europe. We might not get to the semi-final, but I think if we get a good draw, we might go far. So thank you all very much for coming. I'm very grateful.
Yes, and we pray for continuity for Rashford. He's been on and off too much.
Yeah, definitely. If Rashford sustains his form and Anthony comes to what we expect him to do, maybe we'll do well. And Liverpool might not really beat us with that outrageous scorelines this season again. So I'm looking forward to a very good
bias football pundits.
I'm looking forward to a very good season. I could have said more, but the time